Kat, thank you. Sticking with ITM8 now, and the public outcry over the arrest of a high school senior back in January.
ITM8's Cody Fisher uncovered the officer was fired only after public outcry reached a fever pitch.
This is the gas station parking lot here in South Whitley that a high school senior was ripped out of her car and arrested just moments after being pulled over for speeding. At 3:44 p.m. on January 24th, Vivian Augustus was pulled over by South Whitley police officer Brian Schimmel. She pulled into the gas station in the small town where a little more than 1,800 people call home. This video from the gas station was obtained by Vivian's family through the courts. They released it to the public just over a week ago. Just 16 seconds after starting to talk with Officer Schimmel, Schimmel opens the driver's side door. After a little more than a minute of talking with the door open, Schimmel rips Augustus out of the car and throws her to the ground to arrest her.
I'm not going to ask you any questions right now. What I am going to tell you is you were pulled over for your speed and your headlight, okay? Your speed was 37 and then 30, not that big of a deal, and your headlight was out on your driver's side. Just pulling you over to let you know. If you would have just given me your license and your registration like I asked you to do, you would have gone away for warning tonight, okay? But however, since you decided to pull this right here, where you don't want to comply, you don't want to give me your ID, and you think you're going to run the scene, you're now going to jail. Do you understand? You were not. How many times did I ask you? You were not. I've got a body cam on. It'll show you not pulling your ID out. When I ask you to step out of the vehicle, you step out of the vehicle. You don't get to sit there and tell me how I'm going to do my job. You understand?
Augustus's family also obtained and released Officer Schimmel's body camera. The camera wasn't running during the first part of the traffic stop and is only turned on after Augustus is on the ground. Her ID can be seen within arm's reach of her on the ground while she's being arrested. Augustus was charged with refusal to identify herself, resisting arrest, and speeding. The resisting arrest charge was later dropped, but a trial was set for October for her to fight the charge of failing to identify herself. Her dad, Brent, was shocked when he found out she had been arrested.
She's a captain in her show choir. She's a part of the Columbia City High School EMT training program. She volunteers at church and youth leadership programs, and she is wanting to study political science and pre-law.
To hear that your daughter was arrested doesn't really fit her character.
It doesn't fit the character, no.
They hired a lawyer and were patient for months, thinking the prosecutor was going to drop the charges.
We had trusted the system to work, and the prosecutor as well as our town council just failed at every step.
That's why they released this video to the public. The backlash was swift and quick. The town council initially released a statement saying the interaction between Officer Schimmel and Augustus was flawed but not worthy of dismissal. 7 days after they released this video, the Whitley County prosecutor dropped the charges. He told me the main reason for doing so was because Officer Schimmel would not have been credible on the stand. The same day the charges were dropped, Officer Schimmel was fired from the department. Workers in the town office told me they had been getting threatening phone calls and messages since this video was released. A statement from the town said, due to public safety, Officer Brian R.P. Schimmel is no longer with the South Whitley Police Department. In the wake of the victory, the Augustus family wants to see improvements in policing in their town.
I would like to see better policies in place for background checks on police officers coming into our community and other communities. I would like to see better training requirements for the police officers coming out of the academy down in Indy. I would like to see continuing education in place, that they have to clock a certain number of hours.
With these charges officially behind her, Vivian Augustus is turning her focus now on deciding which college to attend in the fall. Reporting in South Whitley, Cody Fisher, Wish TV, ITM8.